Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Flora 5-arm chandelier. This is the 103045. So I have a lot of customers who use these in all kinds of different applications. This is great to put over a dining table, great to put in stairways. I think that's a really beautiful thing, because when you're looking up at it, it looks good, and then when you're looking down at it, it looks great, and you don't really see into the top of it, so you won't see those bulbs. It's also can be strong enough light-wise. You can get enough light out of this to put this over a kitchen island and really pump out some light, and I'll talk about more on that light bulb issue in just a little bit and see how we can do there. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, and this is 19.9 inches, so just about 20 inches from the bottom of the fixture to where the chain is going to start. Diameter is coming in at 22.2. This is going to ship with 15 feet of wire, 36 inches of chain, and the canopy kit for your ceiling. Chain comes in 36-inch increments, and it opens up because there's a little seam right on the side of all these pieces of chain that allows it to open and close. And how that happens is you use this. This is a chain separating tool. So when you squeeze it, it opens up on the end, and in the middle of it, you'll notice it looks a little bit like a clamshell, and that can come down and close that chain without leaving any marks. I picked this up on Amazon for less than 20 bucks. Make sure your installer has one so they don't leave any marks on this. So you can add or delete as much chain as you need. If you need more than 36 inches of chain, drop us a quick email. Tell me what you need. We sell chain all the time. It's not very expensive and very easy to put together. It's also going to ship with this. This is going to be your 5-inch canopy. It's going over your 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have on your ceiling. It's going to go on just like that. This is not a heavy fixture. It's only 12.4 pounds, so it's going to hang from that without any problems at all. Okay, so pop into some glass things on this. So, glass, you're going to have two different types of glass you can order on this, and there's a pull-down menu that says choose your glass. So you're going to notice one of them is going to be Hubbardton Forge's opal glass. That's a milky white opaque glass, and it's going to be just one piece. Very beautiful. I'll talk more about opal glass later in the video. And then the other one, it's also a matte, just by the way, so some people want to know that. So a matte milky white, very pretty glass. Anyway, on top of that, you have this, and this is going to be seeded clear, and it looks a little bit like champagne bubbles bubbling up, and it's going to be a totally clear glass with all these little air bubbles hiding inside it. Again, a very pretty piece of glass. All Hubbardton Forge's glass is hand blown, so these are just really strikingly gorgeous. Now, you think like, oh, I'm going to be able to see the bulb, but no, you will not see the bulb, because if you order this, what's going to come with this as well, and this is going to be a opaque opal glass diffuser, okay, and that's going to sit inside of your glass, and that's going to hide the socket and the bulb. And notice how tall that is too, so that can accommodate a pretty big bulb, and that's what we're going to get into next. So why don't we talk about bulbs and sockets and things like that. And remember, you have 5 arms here, so this is going to produce a lot of light. It's going to be using this. This is a G9 socket, and the bulbs just push right in. So there's little prongs on the bottom of the bulbs going like that. Now, you can use all kinds of bulbs in this. If you want to stick with an old school halogen, you can do that, 60 watts in each of these arms, but I don't think you should, because there's so many great LEDs out in the world to use. So these are the two LEDs that we kind of play with in our showroom. This is a phosphorus LED, which are pretty cool, and these are kind of new. I don't see them so much in the marketplace. I don't know if they're being phased out or they're just new technology is kind of coming along. However, this is what we use all the time, and this is a cob LED, and it looks like a corn cob. It has little pads on the bottom, the top actually, and then all the way around. So these come in all kinds of different ways, and it depends on what your lighting needs are going to be. If you're going to have this over a dining room table, you don't need this to be awfully bright, unless you guys are doing tasks or paperwork at that table and need task lighting. And this is task lighting coming down on here from above. So that's one thing. So 40 watt equivalent, easy to find LED. 60 watt equivalent, super easy to find. 75 watt equivalent, easy to find. So here's the cool thing, is I found this up to 100 watt equivalent. It's a little taller than this one, and I found it on Amazon, which would give you the equivalent of 500 watts of light, which would be great if you're using this over a kitchen island or in a place where you need to get a lot of light onto the surface of what you're doing, dining room table, island, counters, those kind of things. So the light's out there if you need it, so don't be afraid that you're not going to be able to get enough light out of this. These bulbs are going to be offered to you in all kinds of different ways. 2700 Kelvin, that's a super yellow light like a setting sun. And I think that would be very pretty in a stairway, be very pretty in a dining room application because it casts almost like a candlelight look. So that's 2700 Kelvin. They're going to offer these to you at 4000, 5000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. That's going to be called daylight. But just remember, daylight is not a warm light. It's a bluish white light, like a convenience store or an overcast day. What we like to use in our showroom when we talk about it in all these videos is warm white, soft white, 3000 Kelvin. That's the light coming down on this table. It looks awesome. And that's going to be what we use here. And it looks a lot like the light coming out of an incandescent bulb. So it's not too yellow, it's not blue-white, it's just this nice, mellow, warm light you have going on. The other thing is you can find these bulbs all over the place. You can find them at Home Depot. You can find them at Ace Hardware, those kind of places. Walmart, Walmart.com. A lot of light bulb websites out there. Where we pick these up is going to be Amazon, just quite honestly, because there's so many good things there I can find. When I put in G9 LED, it's going to pop up with a whole bunch of these. So it's going to give you a pretty good selection. That's just kind of my take on it. In any event, depending on what your application is going to be, make sure you get a dimmable version of the bulb. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand blown. This piece is hand blown first in clear, then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.